Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Iron Chef Brigade. We kind of got off on the timing a bit, so we're right at a challenge. We're going to fight the zombie guy who doesn't even want to be in the brigade, so knocking him out I guess doesn't matter, and I guess that pretty much means we're not going to fight Wart. It feels like we fought everybody else that could be fought though. So let's just hop into it. We're gonna get our ingredient and have 2 or 3 judges, and then that'll be that.
Orcs believe the weapon the chef chooses.
That was weird that the dialogue moved.
Of themselves. The two share a common desire, a goal, a collective consciousness, if you will.
Seems really weird that they wouldn't have just hand programmed the location of each of the dialogues, and if they needed to move something, why not do that better? But we've noticed a lot of little shortcuts in this game, in its development. Characters just being teleported, dragged across the screen without actually having a walking animation. There's the overall issue of the story not really connecting with the gameplay mechanic, and while I came for the gameplay mechanic, I'm getting way more story.
So too must a chef wield their
the A button double presses half the time. Well, not half the time, but fairly frequently.
Expense of their fellow chefs.
So he's giving a speech, which would have been kind of like the perfect speech to give after the Iron Stomach had been expelled for using her blade against someone else.
The chefs before you today embody that principle.
No, they
They're
don't.
The best the tournament has to offer, but must survive one last battle to reach the final 3.
Like, the main character we're playing as totally does not embody the principle of not using your chef knife against someone in anger. Which, I imagine there's probably more stabbings that happen in real-world kitchens than you would suspect, but probably not as much that it would be an actual just few percentage points higher than an average amount of stabbings that happen with kitchen knives.
Like a tea rose that blooms from spring till fall, the Iron Stomach returns for another round. Mina!
And we could pretty much lose here, and I don't think it would matter. We would have to lose and then like lose 4 more times. And here we have this guy who's a zombie who's just controlling this body, and he sure seems like he's a bad guy, if I was to guess.
Himself Ziggy, the fast food fiend.
Who's ready to clog their arteries?
And it seems like he's going to be cooking fast food, which I don't know, that may go over particularly well with the judges.
Ziggy.
And he's got his little ghost, but his little ghost is not going to help him really.
Far left, Instructor Meriday.
This is the first time we've had 3 instructors, and the middle character I've never seen before.
I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing each dish's profile and composition. Ensure your work is of the highest standard.
And all these characters just sit in the chair, they never move, they never have a different pose.
I'd rather like to see how the contestants combine the brightness of water with the density of lupir meat.
Water with lupir meat. Is lupir meat going to be the actual secret ingredient, or do we now have lupir meat and water and a secret ingredient?
In the middle, Chief Engineer of the Seon Institute, Leon.
So, we haven't seen this guy before.
I'm not here to make friends or stroke egos. Bring me something impressive or go home in shame.
I really don't have a setup that is great here for a water, fire, and earth challenge, which, like, we're probably going to get that.
My main concern is your ability to effectively take down your quarry. For that reason, I've decided to request fire and earth to see how you fare against multiple types of beasts.
Okay, fire and earth.
On the end, Grand Matriarch Hasjin.
A victory today represents a chance to prove yourself in the
And I feel like every time she's been here, they just wanted Earth.
Lupier is an important ceremonial meal to my people. Traditional preparation features plenty of herbal, earthy seasonings. I'd like an entree that captures that essence.
So,
There is
basically
an old
everything.
tale about a goblin who lost her way in the caverns.
Now, are goblins a species that we've seen? Or are they just being generally mentioned?
For days, she wandered its many twists.
We've seen
turns,
orcs.
searching for an exit. Just as she was starving and about to abandon hope, she saw a light. Suddenly ecstatic, the girl ran toward its warm glow, only to run into the jaws of the dreaded Lupier.
So it is the loop here. Okay. Well, that's going to be kind of hard to cook.
Vive la Brigade!
That's going to be hard to get that kind of meat. Alright, so what I need to do is jump down here and let's come over here and do this as fast as possible. There we go, we've got 2 pieces of Lupier meat, and while that is going to try and eat that up, we're gonna try and collect things that would potentially act as good competitors. And I think, yeah, I think this will work fairly well. So let's run in here and let's start with the slow cooker. We have Lupier leg and Lupier bladder. And that can be fire and green. And so we can go ahead and put that in there. And we can go ahead and put that in there. And we can just start that going. And that's fire and red. So now we need to just focus on green and some more green. Alright, we've got a couple Lupiers, meats, and then we're gonna just try for greens. Those aren't green. I guess mushroom caps are what we're going for then. This may be one of those cases where you aren't really going to be well suited in anything. Right. Now, this one, this is the triggers and poisons, so we'll do quarry caps and quarry caps and then quarry caps and then quarry caps. And can we do anything there? So next we would just need blue. Do we have enough blue to throw in here? No? I mean, we can try this, but we need to go find some more blue. Red, blue for slime egg. Do we have anything over here that would even begin to possibly be blue? Alright, that's blue, that's blue, that's blue. So we need more of the claw creatures. I think... Are there any claw creatures over here? We're really not moving through this. Well, there's some watery sauce. I'll take that. And then I'll get over here. I'll take that. And I'll take that. And we'll see if we can get a blue dish out of that. Alright. So, that. And then that. And then, let's see. If we rotate all of this and then we add watery sauce on top of all of that, that does not do anything. Ooh, that's good to know. Alright. Well then let's take this and let's see. Ooh. Put it down and then take this, and we now know why this system works this way. Alright, let's go ahead and just focus on greens then. More greens. More greens.
Hey, Mina, you seem jelly.
What? No, why?
Sometimes he likes to wander into other people's cookware and explode their
Let's see.
creations.
We've got
Sure it won't happen.
probably something here that we could just put that here, put that here, take this, put that here. We've still got plenty of time, but this dish in particular isn't really needing anything other than just to get rid of the bones. So unless I want to add something with bones, which I could potentially, if I could find one thing with bones. I don't think we're there yet, so let's go ahead and take this, this, this. Alright. Take this here. Get a bunch of blues merged together. Alright, let's see. Let's see. That and that. Interesting. And that fixed a bunch. Let's see, can we put some more blue in here? And some more blue in there. We have like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And we've got a fairly good dish here, I think, as far as this goes. As far as green. Can we add more green? No. Why is this dish so poor? Oh, because it doesn't have the ingredients in it. Alright. I forgot. Almost made a mistake there. Alright, this and this. We really don't have time to goof around with anything else, so we'll just take that, and then we need to add lupin, leg. I don't even know how we're going to do this. Like, I think that's as good as it's going to go. I can start that cooking to get rid of the poison. I can start that cooking to increase the value on that. But I don't know how I add any lupin anything, because there's just not enough room. So I'm gonna just add that, and I'm gonna add that, and then rotate this in some way that maybe would work. But then how do I get rid of anything else. Because you do this, and you're just gonna have that huge mess there. We've got this 55 that have no way of stirring it. Alright, so I'm gonna take this green mill and serve it for 55. I'm gonna take this red and green mill and serve it for that. And then we've got 44 seconds and we can just leave that there, and whatever gets left on the cooking countertop is just what's gonna have to happen.
Thank you for your hard work, chefs.
You can definitely
Let's see
see
what the judges have to
how
say
the
about
idea
your
of even two chefs serving 2 dishes to each of the judges has made it completely overflow the table, which there's no reason for that, really. They knew the scale of the table. They knew how big they needed to animate the table, and they failed to do it. Now, again, if I win here, it's probably going to be because the game is cheating in my favor. So he is serving a Lipzard leg burger garnished with Lipzard back and slime core melon, and that definitely does look like junk food, but it's kind of like eating a frog whole in a burger by the looks of it. He probably makes really disgusting food. The brightness of the water is really coming through, so we didn't even double check to make sure if the red and the green were balanced, which was another thing that I needed to have done. But he has 119. I'm impressed by your concept, but the execution could have been better with more flavors.
A delicacy.
And then I'm giving her a glazed lantern fruit skewers topped with slime core and Cragmore shell assortment, which I don't think has any of the secret ingredient in. You forgot a theme ingredient at the stage of this tournament. Unacceptable. A bit of looper meat could have saved this dish. Yeah. So I screwed up that one, which may mean I actually screwed up 2 of them. You captured the essence of the watery flavors without your dish becoming overly complex, so that gave me 50 points. This attempt is very good, but the execution leaves something to be desired. Keep practicing. So I have 105, he has 114. Still very tied up.
Fine work.
Next he has a hell dog, topped with slime core and hydra neck assortment, which is just like a hot dog. Now if each character was going to specifically have their own style of cooking, then it's extremely late in the game to make that obvious. Maybe I've just not been catching that. Also, it means that you just get forced to play as Mina and her Asian style of cooking, where I kind of would have liked to be able to select different characters or play as different characters for different types of cooking to keep things varied and interesting. Let's see, Leon says, I see you took care to seek the monsters with a lot of fire and earth gems. Overall, your technique in battle was decent, but you made several avoidable errors. And so that just gives him 114 with no bonuses. Next, we're giving him Looper Hot Pot, served with Looper Bladder and Lapzard Back Medley. And we're at 140 right now, so this is where the bonuses are gonna either win or lose on us. Yeah, I have 1 extra fire. It really is fairly hard to balance that, and it's actually pretty hard to tell the difference between a level 2 green and a level 3 green when you're not paying attention, because now that I look at it, I could have easily just twisted 2 level 2 greens and made it into a level 3 green and balanced that. It would have taken literally 1 twist. You failed to focus on making a dish highlighting both fire and earth. To achieve that, the dish needs equal amounts of both high level flavors. But we do get 25 extra points for using every cut of the theme ingredient. And your technique wasn't a total disappointment, I hate to say it, but you managed to surprise me.
You're an inspiration.
So unless this dish is particularly good, I think we're still gonna win here. Next we have the casket. It's just called the casket. It's topped with fiery sauce and lapsard tail assortment. And it's 75 points plus 50. Your interpretation of this dish is my favorite by far. Plenty of earth evenly spread throughout. Okay. There's no shame in creating a dish of this quality. I respect your effort. So that gets him at 358. So all I have to do, really, is get a score of 88 or higher. Almost certainly one. Here we have quarry cap stir fry with a side of lapsard legs and lapsard back melon. I can't help but feel disappointed by the lack of looper. I was excited by the experience that flavors my youth. That got me down to 27. Ooh. The earth is masked by other flavors. There simply isn't enough. Interesting. Why is that the case? Because these are all just 2-star greens, and I never apparently turned on the combo pot on it. You seem to have lost your way while creating this dish. Don't let the stress of the tournament prevent you from seeing clearly. Oh, okay, well, I've just lost. So what happens now?
The fast food fiend is the winner.
Well, let's hit the start button and see if it's automatically marked that as a loss.
Could there be a curse on his opponents?
Aww.
So we needed to see what happens when we lost. Let's rematch. Okay. What do we need to replace? Is there something here that would be beneficial to get rid of? To promote sauces, or should we just have some blue? So when you lose, you just restart. Okay. And nothing's different here, so we will want to go here first and do as much damage as possible to kill these. And we'll want to come down, I think, and take this, and take this, blue and red, green, take this. Let's go ahead and get these, and I think that's as much as we can get to start off with. Alright, we were looking for red and green, so we put that in there, and that's lapper bladder, and then we put in a lapper leg, and we go ahead and do green, and let's see, nothing else for that. Meanwhile, we're gonna go ahead and take anything with poison, which would be red and blue. So I don't know if there's really a reason to even have red or blue in any of this. I guess we'll do this to put that here, and then we'll put that there. We have to put in a lapper bladder too. And then we'll start that also. Alright, and so then that leaves us with just a pure green run with lapper meat. Quarry caps. And we'll need, I think, more blues 2. Alright, that's probably enough of that. And can we possibly run over here and see, jump and then get this. Fire. Ooh. Well, we'll drop one of those and take that instead. And we'll run back. Alright. So which one are we doing blue with? Is this supposed to be fire and green? Like, because I could turn that to green fairly easily. If we did this and that and that, and then we added the earthen sauce, then we've got a nice setup there. Then we can throw in some more greens, and then we can take this, put this here, and start this. Why are we doing 2 fire and greens though? Like, one of these needs to become green, and they both need the main ingredient. Just knock this thing as far as possible. And this thing just won't spawn that quickly, so we'll go ahead and grab these and see what we can do to adjust this setup. Like, green here and green there. That makes that the green one. Alright, we now need to make a blue one with a looper leg and a looper bladder, and then
Hey, Mina, you seem
as much
jelly.
blue,
No,
as
why?
much blue,
Sometimes he likes to wander into other people's cookware
and
and
then
spoil
we'll
their creations.
see
I'm sure it won't happen this time.
if we can do this. Alright, can we add more blue? And let's see. What are we doing here? Now, do we want to... We have 4 and 4 here. And I think... Like, we don't know, so... I think what we need to do is probably take something like this. Put it there. Take this. This is a 200 dish. There's probably nothing more to do there. Start that cooking. Take this. Put this here. Start this merging together. Let's see. Like, this is the green one. We're trying to get the green merged together.
Yes.
And so that probably means we want to
Cool.
be able to throw as much more green as possible. Can I get something merged there? Green, green, green. Take this, cook that out. We need to go get more looper meat, and we need to figure out which dish is the dish that needs that. It really has just gotten ridiculous. Like, Let's see. I feel like somehow this dish here is not the dish with looper meat in it, which I think it is. So I think this probably is the one that's missing the looper. But we've got kind of no time, and let's see. Red, green. I could make a bunch of blue for this. Let's see, can we stir this in such a way that the reds become blues? I think we can. Let's see. That, and then add that. No, that just adds blue ingredients. Alright, so if I did this, and then I did that, then I can add blue ingredients. Alright, let's go ahead and take this and then start this cooking. Right. Alright, well, red, green, serve. Like, the last thing you want to do is not serve something, so blue. I feel like I still have not gotten Looper Bladder actually in this mess. Alright, so I'm just gonna throw that in there.
Let's get cooking.
And then let's see, this has got to be the green. And so we have a 200, 100, 150. If we can get it to cook, nope, can't do that, so we're gonna poison them. 12 seconds to go.
Thank you for your hard work, chef.
Once again, I think the game is probably just sort of cheating to help us win, although it didn't do that in the last run, but I probably just did so badly there. And it does look like Ziggy has cooked the same thing pretty much, but I've cooked different things, which does kind of also make it feel a little random.
Exceptional.
So now he has a cheese croque served with Lapizard back and Candle Gourd Malong. I wouldn't be surprised for each region if there really is only about 10 different items that can be served. Certainly adapted well. This water brings freshness without adding unnecessary density. Well measured and executed, the ingredients blend well together. Blend together quite well. So we're at 158.
Just horrid.
Just horrid? Interesting. We have Looper Hot Pot served with Looper Bladder and Cragmore shell assortment. Did you listen to what I said at the beginning of the match? The dish needed to exude watery flavor. To achieve that, water must have been the main dish, and instead I ended up with fire as the main dish. And without a cutting board, I couldn't remove that. So we lose 20 points. We don't get a bonus, and then we lose 20 points for poison. Did you check the ingredients before cooking them? Something in here is poisonous. We did get 25 bonus though for using every item in the theme ingredient. So that puts at 159 versus Ziggy's 158. Next he has Cruel Brulee with a side of Looper Bladder and Hydra Lungs medley. A pun on Creme Brulee. I see you took care to seek monsters with a lot of fire and earth gems. So he has 174. He made quick work of those beasts. I've seen Victusian battle chefs are as skilled as ever. So now he's at 332.
I suppose.
Next we have Lupier steamed meatballs, and we're not getting great reviews here, with a side of Lupier leg and quarry cap medley. And I don't think there was poison in this dish, so the purplish smoke around it may just be the way they animated it. Nope, there is poison in it. If you took care to seek monsters with a lot of fire and earth, that brings us to 250. Then we're going to lose 20 for poison. You have to try harder than that to get rid of me. You got quite the carving knight. Every cut of the theme ingredient has been used. That gets me to 255, which puts me at 414. So unless I just drop the ball horribly here, I should win this time. Next we have the casket again, served with lapsard back and candle gourd medley, which that second line description may be different. I can't help but feel disappointed by the lack of looper. I was excited to experience the flavors of my youth. So he didn't use the theme ingredient this time. But then he gets 50 points for using earth. Fare of this complexity could have been a disaster in less capable hands. Congratulations on a great dish. This is the kind of stuff that really should be voiced.
Congratulations.
And here we have candle gourd soup garnished with cragmore claw and looper bladder medley. Earth is perfect stabilizer. You've captured it beautifully, perfectly in your dish with, so what, at 154. You've got quite the carving knight. Every cut of the theme ingredient has been used. The clever blend of flavors and textures. I can tell you have a keen sense for complementary elements. So 593. Jeez, we could have gotten 7 more points and been over 600. Or been at 600. So I win in a sweep, which I think you have to, clearly, because losing just gives you the reload or restart option. Although maybe it was a case where I could have gone back to the city and accepted the defeat, but I don't know why any gamer would ever do that.
Mina wins.
So we were 90 points above on the second try. But we will have to be careful. Like, we are hitting a point where these challenges are a little too challenging and there's not quite enough time. Like, this really does feel like a game that should probably be closer to 20 minutes of time per competition instead of 6 minutes.
You're a necromancer? Isn't that unsanitary for our line of work?
And now she's saying lines of dialogue that you should already know, but apparently there is some path here in which you would have figured out he was a necromancer before all of the main story had progressed.
Just because I get assistance from the undead doesn't mean I don't have standards. I wear gloves.
I've heard stories about this kind of magic, but I thought it was evil. No offense.
You and the committee. Apparently, I've got them all riled up. They want to add a new rule just to kick me out.
Interesting. If you were a necromancer, it is an interesting question about could you reanimate a dead creature and use it as a food ingredient, and what would you really be reanimating at that point? The flesh of the creature or just the skeleton of the creature? Usually in necromancy you see them just make skeletons.
Pretty boring culinary experts if you ask me. They don't even want to put haunt cuisine in their mouths.
Haunt cuisine is probably a pun on hot cuisine, which is like H-A-U-T-E. I really couldn't tell you what it means though.
I understand their concerns.
I got a jet, but look for me if you ever want to try haunt cuisine. I hear you're a brave soul.
Sure.
Thanks for the match.
Sayonara. Apparently he's not going to give her any item, and he says sayonara.
I'm scared to know what his food's made of.
No, he did give us an item. Zigby's spicy ketchup when you're dying for some spice, 2 times the red sauces. So the only person we haven't fought is Wart here. And if you look at the name list up there, I suppose it is possible that this could go on for another 5 battles. But I really don't see a reason for the story or this game to go that long.
Try a muffin.
This is the same dialogue as before. And we can't talk to this guy. This would just be the same dialogue. We only have 7 coins. He is now gone, but the ghost is there. This will be the same dialogue again. So we're just going to the bedroom and just sleeping for the next day.
Dear Mimi, Alex has been helping around the restaurant a lot, and he's begun to play music out front sometimes.
I don't think we've ever actually seen who Alex is. He is the, I assume, boyfriend of Sasuke. And apparently he's a musician in part.
I was afraid Paul would get annoyed, but I think he actually likes him. The restaurant is doing fine now that we handle the ingredients more carefully.
I can't say I inherently hate the idea of an off-screen character being mentioned, but it does add to this tension in most stories of there just being too many characters and it becoming confused. Frankly, this may be more of a personal issue for me than most people. I just find a lot of stories, and probably in books in particular, you run into a lot of people that are just unnecessary, and it just confuses the issue. That's where like reading something like Stephen King's The Stand would probably be a nightmare to me, just because it's so long and has so many characters. Or It is another great example of just way too many characters.
Ma is resilient as ever, working day and night as usual.
Oh, I'm so close.
It is just so easy to really eliminate Alex as a named character, and you could just straight go, my boyfriend has started working at the restaurant.
Finals, here I come. Helping people as part of the brigade is going to be amazing. Those uniforms look so cool. Oh, I wonder if I'll get brigade issue knives.
See, and she has this whole dream of being in the brigade, and almost always in any story like this, you're going to find that being in the brigade is not all it's made up to be. And she's probably going to be quickly disillusioned by either being given very low-level work or being told to do things that are against her own moral perspective.
It feels good to take a break from thinking about the mutation.
They shouldn't, like, in the same way that there's too many names for people, there's too many names for the blight/mutation. They should have kept it more consistently. And that's what you see often in localized, like, RPG games from Asia, is they will have a localization translation that just literally calls it the same thing over and over again. That is in part because Asian languages tend not to have that many synonyms, but it is also in part just to keep people understanding that they're talking about the same thing. I wouldn't blame somebody if they were half paying attention and they thought there was a blight and a mutation.
This is it. The big day.
And it seems like they stretched this so it would go over the course of a month.
Final 3.
Exactly.
I just have to breathe. Take it one round at a time. I got this!
I won't go into great detail there, but there is something to be said about them also using July as the month. Like, there's a lot of history as to why July exists on Gregorian calendars, in part because Julius Caesar created a month. He created 2. He created July after Julius and August after Augustus. Or maybe 2 emperors created their own months. So if you're using that in your game, then you're implying that there's been some shared history of what happened in the real world versus what happened here. And Saskia is here. Surprise, surprise, everybody's going to come and cheer her on. That's why I said that really was the only thing you could do with the family.
Hey, Alex.
So yeah, we have not seen Alex, and they just brought him. I guess the parents aren't coming. What's to say about Alex other than he looks like a big fat guy? It's not really a lot to say there. He stands out definitely compared to all the other characters in the game who have been drawn fairly skinny. But whatever, yeah. I don't mind body diversity. It can be actually quite helpful. What I mind is the idea of Alex just being introduced into the story so late into the game.
Surprise! Your sister was determined to see you in your finals match. Did we make it in time?
Why does he have a little music note coming out of his head when he's talking, and why does he sound like that? And why did you pay another voice actor to voice another character when you could have voiced any one of the many judges who are more important characters than the boyfriend?
I can't believe it. This is so weird. Am I still asleep?
Nope, you're not dreaming, girl.
Sorry, I'm just shocked. I'm so happy to see you.
I have wondered if some of these voice acting is literally Kickstarter backers. Did people pay hundreds of dollars to be a voice actor in this game to work for free?
You traveled all this way, but how did you know?
I'll never know. I'll never look it up. I'm putting a lot of things on the fact that this is a Kickstarter, but in all honesty, if I eliminated my knowledge of this being a Kickstarter, I would just say this is a bad indie game, and it is skewing further and further towards the bad scale, as it's just so stretched out with a story that's stretched paper thin.
Yep, Simon started planning it basically since you left.
Guilty as charged.
Now aren't you glad I told you to pack an extra pair of shoes?
So the parents did come.
The pair I had could have made it all the way. We've packed too much as it is.
Mom, Pa! You guys too?
She had us pack as if we were moving the entire restaurant here. Ugh. My shoulders are still hurting from the weight of my bag.
Mina, you look too thin. Have you been eating at all?
Yes, of course, Ma. I can't believe
It
you
is
make a trip out here.
an odd split between the characters, though. Like, where I would say Mina is probably, by video game animation standards and anime animation styles, she is probably depicted as an average body size, body shaped 21-year-old, apparently, according to the game. But then when they start wanting to show somebody who's even slightly overweight, they go far, far in the other direction with Saskia and Alex and the father. They're just like hugely overweight people. And then with the Simon character, he is way too skinny. That they don't seem like they have a ability to draw a body shape in the middle.
This is unreal.
And once again, we have this pose of her bending over, looking downward, almost as if she was bowing like a Asian person would, but she's never bowed to anybody. And I still don't know why you would pose an animated character so they're bowing away from the camera. So I have no idea why they chose these poses.
Saskia, help carry these things to Mina's room.
They're all gonna sleep in one room?
I'll get it.
What is all this stuff?
I brought you a few things from home. Thought you could use some new pillows and sheets.
Ma, I'm at an inn. They provide all those things.
And yeah, I brought all your things because I'm kicking you out of the house, it sounds like.
Some clothes and some medicine. Have you been taking your daily herbs?
Daily herbs? I guess that's like vitamins.
Hi, dear. Don't mind us. Just get ready for your big day.
How are you all here? I mean, this is wonderful, but what about the restaurant?
We just closed it up for a few days. It'll be fine. Our patrons know we can't miss this.
You're lucky Simon and Saskia pushed so hard. If we held off on deciding one more day, you may have already finished.
Well, please sit down and get comfortable. I have to run a few errands before my match, but I'll check in on you soon.
Phew, well, we
Lot
can't
of
sit here
dialogue.
either. We have to check in at the other inn and then go get some seats at the Coliseum.
You're going to watch too?
Don't worry.
Pressure's on.
I won't be able to backseat cook for you all the way from the audience.
Do we have the same mother?
Go on, we'll catch up later. Good luck, Mina.
There's a lot of opportunity here where the mother character, if she was merged and more focused on with several other characters, then there might have been a much better relationship there. So what you could do easily is take the father character and the Alex character, merge them together into one, and then say the mother is a single mother who's dating Alex as a new stepfather, and that the father of Mina had run out or died or something. You merge the older sister character with the mother character easily and give those same traits, and you could at that point eliminate multiple people. You probably also merge Simon and the mother as a character together also, and get it down to just a single mother who's maybe not even dating anybody, since that's an unimportant part of the story, who at that point would make a lot more sense when she would be upset with Mimi running off and leaving her to run the restaurant.
Thank you, Ma.
But yeah,
You're awesome. You know that, right?
the fewer characters you have in a story, the more you can write about each character and flesh them out.
I couldn't let you get into the brigade without a cheering squad.
And because they haven't done that, we have this situation where Simon feels like he should be a love interest, but he totally can't or won't be.
No, I have to make it in. I can't let them down.
And had you made Simon a love interest, then it would have given you an excuse to have more cooking mini games where she would cook him meals and potentially win him over as a love interest, and then that would get away from this kinetic, what seems to be very linear visual novel story, because you could then have a ending where Simon and you stay as good friends, and you could have an ending where you've cooked him such high quality dishes that he falls in love with you and marries you. A lovely family I have. I'd be happy to have them in my rooms if my rooms weren't all taken up. Oh, it's alright, they found the place. I'm just as surprised they came this way to watch. To see their daughter to make it into the brigade, what could be more worthwhile? Man, I'm having trouble reading again. Hey, let's hope that's what they see. I'll do my best. And so we once again have a puzzle, and we'll once again have a hunt. And we'll then talk to her. We'll want to talk to her last before because clearly she's going to take us to the final battle. She too is a character that could have been merged into the mother character fairly easily, since she's not given but 2 or 3 lines of dialogue. And I imagine we won't get much story here.
My cats can sense that you'll be leaving them soon.
And it seems like the whole conspiracy thread has been forgotten about, and the whole working with Thrash and the angel girl has been forgotten about.
No matter where my work takes me, I'm always going to come back and visit. Besides, Pecorino is too cute to leave behind.
It is an interesting question if maybe after we win this battle we will be able to come back and just do some generic puzzles to get more gold, because there's still plenty of things we don't own from the shop.
Helping me finish these dishes for one last hurrah?
It'd be my pleasure.
We also need to go back to the bedroom. Alright, and check. So we're looking for a goal of 31, which one assumes you don't have to get exactly 31. But if you do have to get exactly 31, then that. Alright, we've got egg sauce, which are acting as a sauce, and Versket blood, which is acting as a sauce. So, if I do this, and then do that, okay. I'm trying to figure out the way to do this. Right. The only thing I could think is this might upgrade it some way. Yeah, they know I screwed up there. Alright, so what's the trick here? Is to maybe not turn the greens into what we need. Red, and then blue. And then let's add some red and blue here. Okay. And then let's add some red and red, or do we get rid of the green? No, I think we swatched. No, I think it is this. We turn those two into reds. Alright. Now we put that there. Then we do that. And that's the first puzzle. Next we need to get a goal of 30 just by stirring. So I think if you just do this, you're probably fine. And that. Must have broken something. Oh, it does break down a level. Interesting. I didn't realize that's what even happened there. So if I go that direction, and then what?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Let's see. If I drop that down there, and then let's see, drop that way. Well, how is this gonna work? Well, all of a sudden we found a very complicated puzzle. Throw that that direction. Throw that that direction. And then throw that that direction. Now we need 75. Which... how are we gonna get that to happen? You have like one slice here. And then one slice there and one slice there. And that's not gonna work. So... Okay, do we have this now? I don't think we do. So you basically can't move anything except for on the right. So feels like there's something here that has to move. And then we could probably do that much to get rid of that. And that much to get rid of that. Yeah, and if I move this, and then that, maybe I can get something happening here, but I don't think so. Okay. And there's just not enough here to win on that. Because that breaks. Yeah, it feels like you could be stuck on this puzzle for a while. This, and then this. Okay. Hmm. 50. And that's gonna just not be enough. Like, you can't lose anything. Yeah, and I don't think doing that was the right move. You could do that much. But then you have that green in the way. Which you can do that much too. But then you have this blue in the way. So you do that, and then you connect that. Then you do that, and you connect that. That's still not good enough. And we could leave the job, but if we left the job, does that fix anything? Would there be a reason to rotate? Feels like if anything was going to rotate, it would be this. Yeah, you rotate that out of the way. And then I guess you could do that. And then I guess you can do that. And then I guess that means you might be able to do this and then that. And maybe you'll be able to do that. And then you can move things this direction to do that. And that solves the problem of any cracked pieces. I took a lot of attempts.
Now go on and get your brigade certification and come back soon, you hear?
It's funny them calling it a certification because really you're going to work for a military arm, even if you are just half warriors, half cooks. It's not like you're getting certified to go back and cook at your restaurant. Seems like you were perfectly allowed to cook at your restaurant without any kind of real training or certification.
We were just having some fun here cooking. If you learned anything, that's just a nice coincidence.
It would be funny if it turned out that there was a whole school system around this, in this world, and that there were kids learning how to cook at a very early age and training. I wouldn't be surprised if there is something like that, but they're probably not going to mention it. There is a average lack of children in general in this story, which you see in lots of games.
We've got all the kitchenware you need, and then some.
The tournament is nearly over, then my brother and I will be on our way to the next big city. It was great meeting you, Mina. I'm sure we'll run into one another someday. I hope so. I'll always remember you two when I use the great things I've gotten from your store. Knock them down, Mina. As a parting gift, I'll mark you some special items down. Wait, I didn't approve this. Everything half off. No, brother, please stop. We need to make a living. Interesting. So is everything half off for real? No. There's also nothing new for purchase either. That would definitely have changed the game. Alright, so we wanted to go back in the bedroom and just make sure that they hadn't hidden a secret item in there to collect when they said they brought you things from home. This is our last opportunity to have any kind of good relationship with Thorn.
Where did she go? Huh. Note.
I've left. The brigade will send an officer to operate as my proxy.
Interesting.
Don't try to contact me. I'm very busy. And don't touch my babies. I know how every last one of them is left, and if I see so much as a fingerprint on them, I'll take your fingers.
I wonder if she's doing some soul searching or just on a mission.
Funny, I wonder if that note is specifically for her, or if she's just this way with everybody that she gives hunt missions to.
Oh, hello there. Looking for work, right?
And see, this was the guy that worked at the restaurant as the server.
That's right.
We really don't need another character being introduced and voiced.
Oh, beats me. I was too scared to ask. Take your pick of jobs, and I'll ring you up at the end.
But you don't get a pick of jobs. So that's weird. We can hunt any monster we want to. And see, this is only a slightly different layout versus where we've already been. Alright. I'm about to die. These guys are tough. I'm collecting the food for really no reason. And then over here, There's nothing. And lantern fruit is really nothing. Well, I guess there's a actual rail cart here that we could try and fight. Let's see, we would need to see him coming if we were going to hit it. And so it'd have to be somewhere about here that we would be willing to time it, see if a rail cart is really going to show up. Maybe they don't actually show up. No, we got hit by one. Yeah, that seems unlikely. Then we have this, which it's really not worth your time to fight these characters. And this one is like a double fireball attack. And we need to go ahead and take a break. And fighting monsters seems to be different than killing things. Like killing the vegetables don't seem to count. And that's Hydra. I'm fairly certain we fought Hydra before. And it's just a lot of time that you have to spend. And they gave me 25 gold, which I think is about what you get no matter who you hunt.
Thank you for her instruction.
Duly noted. Here's your reward, miss.
Just one thing. It's probably not my place to say this, but is it alright for you to use that chair of hers?
Huh, good point. Good point. I'm gonna need to bring a stool in here.
So yeah, that whole story is just weird.
Oh.
Looks like Caesar is visiting Pontita again. I wonder if he ever told her. Yeah, we forgot about that whole romance element too that was left hanging.
Shouldn't you be saving all your energy for
Just a whole bunch of dangling story plot lines.
I've got so many nerves running through me. I don't think I can sit still until it's time for my match. Besides, cooking for your customers is the perfect warm-up.
Well, I'm not going to stop you. Order up!
Alright, so back to doing this stuff. Darn it. Let's see, gotta be more careful about getting the food the way it should be.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, red, and then green, and then blue. Not sure I can do that. Alright, and then red, green, red, and blue, green, blue. Alright, how can we get that so it doesn't break? Green, green, blue, red. Red, blue, green. Red, green, and blue. Blue, green, red.
That's great.
Red, blue, blue. Green, green, blue, red. Red, green, blue.
Absolutely wonderful.
Just really trying to focus here and see if we can get one last big amount of money for this.
Very much appreciated. All right.
Oh no.
Oh, darn it. Well, that's gonna make that difficult. That's 48 gold.
To my sous chef Bentley when you make it in, all right?
Now we're getting an actual name for the sous chef.
Everyone keeps acting like I'm a sure thing. But sure, I'll try.
Don't let our encouragement fool you into thinking it'll be easy. We just believe in you and your work ethic.
I guess Mina does have a decent work
Everything it
ethic.
takes to earn a spot in the brigade.
She's not giving up.
Thank you, Pontita. It's been great working with you. I'm so grateful you took me in.
Although I probably would make a large argument against the concept of a work ethic in general.
It was you that helped me. Now run
As
along.
if
The lunch rush
there
is over.
is some moral, like, reason in which you have to work or should work, that is part of you're not a good person if you're not working. It's very capitalism, late stage capitalism thought, where you certainly could be contributing in other ways besides just a direct job to society, or just contributing to yourself. Okay, so there's nothing new here. So we can't afford all the books, that's for sure. We could throw double daggers instead of one. So there might be an idea around that. Could we get double knives and something else though? No. So I could get focus charm. Let's just get it. Apparently that's an achievement. Also, and then I don't think we can afford anything else, so we'll get just Griffin Talons. Also, and that does leave us with nothing else we're gonna do. Let's see. Satchel slot, and 4 mana. Maybe double knife throwing versus 4 mana would have been a smarter move, because then you might be dealing double damage for the same amount of mana. Here we have a basic blue ingredients and extra combos. Is that really what you want? Or do we want possibly the same dish 5 times? Almost certainly, if we're going to need anything, we want fire. So I probably would just want the ambrosia. And still not really a good setup. We haven't ever used crystallizer oven. And you can see maybe there's 5 more upgrades. But that's it. Well, also that we know there's more spices and things though, so there's a lot of room for more things in your loadout, and there's a lot of room here for more gameplay, but it really is feeling like it's just gonna drag on, and it's gonna drag on. Either that or the next episode will be our last, and we'll just kind of quickly wrap up the whole story. I'd be kind of happy if that was the case. Regardless, it's been an hour, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.